Hello guys, welcome back to the Mike Pot channel. In this video we're going to be reviewing Busted's fourth album and follow-up to 2016's Night Driver, Halfway There. So, let's get into it. So yeah, Busted are actually a really important band for me. They're the first band I ever discovered by myself. I had my older brother get me into bands like Blink-182, New Found Glory, Sum 41. But Busted are the first thing I ever discovered by myself, and their first album, which was the self-titled one, Busted, was the first album I actually ever owned as well. So yeah, Busted released their debut album back in 2002 when it was fucking quality. Tracks like What I Go to School For and The Year 3000 were proper like the soundtrack of my pre-teen years. It was fucking brilliant, what a time. And they followed that up with A Present for Everyone. Again, just fucking brilliant. Followed the same Busted formula of just fucking bouncy, nice, radio-friendly, happy pop rock songs. It was fucking brilliant. I think Busted are the perfect example of the gateway band. Like, for example, now you have bands like 5 Seconds of Summer, which a lot of people talk smack about, and to an extent rightly so, because they're less of an actual band and more of a manufactured product in the same way One Direction are, just with guitars. But then Busted were the band that got you into Blink-182, New Found Glory, Good Charlotte, that sort of thing, for a lot of other people, where the same as 5 Seconds of Summer, and now getting people into bands like State Champs and All Time Low, who are then, those people might then go on to like A Day to Remember, and then Bring the Horizon, and then Architects. So Busted are not only an important band in terms of something I loved, but also in developing what I end up fucking loving growing up as well. And then in January 2005, Busted broke not only mine, but every other preteen's heart by breaking up. At the time, I didn't understand that Charlie was going on to work with Fightstar and do fucking incredible things with that band. I just kind of thought, oh, that thing I love isn't here anymore. It fucking sucks. But yeah, that happened, and we got Fightstar, who were fucking great. Years later, we ended up getting the McBusted thing, which was cool as fuck as well. And by the way, do you remember when you were fucking forced to either like Busted or McFly? Those are weird days. You won't get that now. You won't get a kid saying you either like State Champs or Neck Deep. That doesn't exist. So it's fucking weird the sort of animosity that happened between that sort of thing when you were in a playground. So yeah, McFly and Busted formed the supergroup in 2013, and it was fucking brilliant. They went on to release an album in 2014, and that was fucking great. Standout tracks like Air Guitar were fucking wicked. They went on to do a tour as well, which was fucking mad. The stage production on that tour was fucking insane. It was out of this world. And so yeah, that all ran its course. And then on the 10th of November 2015, Busted announced they were back, embarking on a massive fucking UK arena tour, which sold out in almost a fucking heartbeat. It was incredible. I was so happy we got them back. And then they announced they were going to release 2016's Night Driver, which wasn't the sort of comeback album I expected from Busted. It was a bit more, I don't know, I think they tried to move with times a bit too much and they lost a bit too much of their sound. But that being said, it was a really good album, and considering they spent over 10 years apart, you get that they're not going to click immediately. So, fair fucks. And that leads us to where we are now with Halfway There. So, Halfway There is their fourth studio album, and it is fucking great. And it kicks off with 90s, which is the fucking ultimate nostalgia track. It has so many influences from Blink, actually, which I was really shocked. Like, Blink-182 is fucking all over this. And much as with the theme of the song, it is proper hitting on your nostalgia. It mentions everything from the 90s. It'll talk about Nirvana, Macaulay Culkin, watching the Goonies. And after hearing those like sort of buzzwords in it, I was like, you're not going to get me. Like, I know you're hitting certain buzzwords trying to trigger emotions. It just seems like a cheap trick. But next thing I fucking knew, I was belting out the chorus like my life depended on it, and I can't fucking stop now. What Happened to Your Band is also a fucking wicked one. Like, I'm a sucker for any song where the guitars match up perfectly with the vocal hooks. Like that part in the song where the chorus kicks in, it's like, what happened to your band? And the guitars like follow it with dun, 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 dun. Like if you play one of them over the top of the other, you can tell it matches up fucking perfectly. And I'm just hooked on anything that does that sort of stuff. I know it seems very simple and cheap, but it's catchy as fuck and it's ace. I love the change of pace in this song too, like towards the end where it seems to go really somber and nice, and then it builds and builds and just fucking explodes into the chorus and you're just singing along for days. Shipwrecked in Atlantis as well might be the most catchy song on the album. It's just very easy to get lost in the vocal hooks and just nod your head along to it, as well as singing all the lyrics. It's fucking quality. All My Friends as well. It's a song from the perspective of Busted as they are now, opposed to a lot of like the old days stuff where they're just younger men and they're having a good time. It's like now they're older and they're doing much different things they did to when they were younger fellas, and how it's not necessarily a bad thing. For example, the Offsprings are still writing music as though they were 30 or so years ago, where it's just like, come on, you really need to grow up with the times and, you know, just act your age. And even with Good Charlotte's latest album as well, it's just, the theme of it is really just, yeah, growing old fucking sucks, doesn't it? And it just seems to be a really big, sad thing. But Busted are capturing that perfectly. It's just a really grown up, good, exciting, and very down-to-earth take on the situation, and that's fucking brilliant to see, because it's something that evidently must be quite difficult. The second single they released of this album as well, Radio, that song's actually really disappointing for me. It's not necessarily that it's bad, it's just that it's just a bit, I don't know, just boring and beige. The song will play and it just passes you by so easily. And then the closing track, It Happens, which is a really nice track to round off the album. It talks about their emotions regarding how the band started, broke up, and subsequently got back together as well. And it's just a nice way to finish off on a bit of a high, a bit of a, just leaves you in a really nice place, this track. All that being said, and every fucking song on this album is great. The big problem is they all sound a bit too similar. Like, the first 2 or 3 times I listened to this, I was having a good time listening to it. A big fucking grin on my face, like, oh my god, Busted are back, he's fucking great. But I kept losing where I was in the album. I didn't know if I was early on or towards the end, because it was just like, I don't know if I'll listen to this one yet. Like, I don't know what this one's called, because all the songs do sound very similar, albeit very good. But yeah, to round it up, this is the best Blink-182 album that Blink-182 will never release. And even then, it sounds like the sort of album that Busted would release in 2019 had they not disappeared. And it's just nice to know that they're sounding so organic and real. And it's not manufactured to get money or doing anything that a record label wants it to do. They're being Busted, and that's fucking brilliant. Hello guys, thank you for getting this far into the video. If you like what you're seeing, then please subscribe to stay up to date with more music content, as well as football and gaming if that's what you're into as well. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.